Picture this. A unit morning report, buried on page 3, lists a 6-mile ruck march with full gear the same week your knee problems first flared up. A claims reviewer saw that entry and took a second look at the file. That single line changed how the claim was understood.
Welcome to the Veteran Benefits Reset Podcast. I'm Cameron Burrell, a U.S. Army veteran and founder of VetBiz Media. We help veterans and their families better understand the VA disability benefits process, one step at a time.
Quick note before we go further, this is an educational episode, not legal or medical advice. Every case is different. If you need case-specific help, reach out to a VA-accredited veteran service organization, claims agent, or attorney.
Today, I'll walk you through 3 practical things you can use right away. Identify which MOS and unit records matter, where to request or reconstruct them, and how to turn those documents into a clear, claim-ready narrative.
First, what are we talking about when we say MOS and unit records? MOS is your job title in service. It lists duties, typical environments, and common exposures tied to that role. Unit records are the day-to-day paperwork your unit kept, morning reports and rosters that show who was present, after-action reports that describe events or training, duty logs that record who performed specific tasks, and unit medical logs that sometimes note field treatment. Put together, MOS plus dated unit entries map the who, what, when, and where of your service. That mapping is often the difference between a vague assertion and a claim-ready link.
You might ask, where do I even start?
Start with the National Personnel Records Center, NPRC, for official military personnel files and service treatment records. If those don't show the unit details you need, look to unit archives, state or branch archives, unit historians, and veteran associations.
You can also submit FOIA requests for specific unit documents or ask the VA to include any unit records they already have. If you hit a wall, a VSO or unit historian can often point you to where morning reports or after-action reports are stored.
Here's a short template to get a records request moving. I request unit morning reports and duty rosters for unit name, for approximate dates, to verify duty locations and assignments for your name and last 4 of SSN or service number if comfortable. Include unit name, date range, and your identifying details.
And remember, start with one request. Build the paper trail. Requests, confirmations, tracking numbers. That trail itself sometimes helps show you made a reasonable effort to gather evidence. Okay, say you've received some records. The next step is translation, turning raw entries into a concise story the reviewer can follow. Start with a simple timeline, date, document type, what it shows, why it matters. Keep each line short and factual. Then write a plain language lay narrative that pairs MOS duties with dated unit events. For example, as an armored vehicle mechanic, MOS 91B, I routinely worked in confined spaces with solvent exposure. On April 12, 1991, unit maintenance logs show continuous shift work after a 10-hour convoy, and within 2 weeks I developed constant throat irritation. Short, direct, and tied to documents. Sound familiar? That approach doesn't try to be medical. It shows facts and a logical link. Where medical opinion is needed, a clinician or an accredited representative can advise how to secure a nexus opinion.
Quick interruption you might appreciate. Wait, what about abbreviations and dates? Great question.
That leads into common pitfalls. First, don't guess at abbreviations. Unit shorthand can be dense. Verify meanings with unit historians or by cross-referencing other documents. Second, avoid misattributing duties. Just because your company did an activity once doesn't mean it was routine for your MOS. Look for repeated entries or supporting statements.
Third, memories fade. Records and contemporaneous lay statements are stronger than recollections written decades later. If records are missing, document your search efforts and include buddy statements describing the same event.
Now, make this small and actionable. Assemble a 1-page packet today. Step 1.
gather the MOS description and any service treatment records. Step 2, include one unit entry, morning report, roster line, or after-action entry with date highlighted. Step 3, add 2 short lay statements, one from you and one from a buddy, each 2 to 3 sentences describing the same duty or event.
Label everything, keep copies, and put the timeline at the top. That single page helps a reviewer quickly see the link you're making and often prompts a closer look at the evidence.
Before we close, here's your immediate action. Submit one records request today, either an NPRC service record request, a morning report request for your unit and dates, or a VA request for unit records, and save the confirmation or tracking number. That single step starts the paper trail. If you want tools to organize what you gather, download the free 7-Step Veteran Benefits Reset Guide at vetbizmedia.com/veterans7. It includes a 1-page checklist and sample language you can adapt for your requests. Thank you for listening to the Veteran Benefits Reset Podcast. If you found today's episode helpful, follow the podcast, leave a review, and share it with another veteran who could benefit. Download your free 7-Step Veteran Benefits Reset Guide at vetbizmedia.com/veterans7. Your service did not expire. Your story is still worth reviewing. Take the next responsible step.